farting during my first date, and then hearing about it on the radio. So, this is probably the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to me, and somehow it managed to get broadcasted to half the city. A few weeks ago, I went on a first date with this sweet, kind of awkward guy named Russell. We met at a bookstore cafe, talked for a bit about random things, music, favorite authors, weird food combos, and he was genuinely so nice. Anyway, here's where it all goes downhill. I've been on this new high-protein diet, and let's just say, my stomach wasn't exactly adjusted. I started feeling that dreaded rumble right as we sat down at the restaurant. You know the kind, where you pray it's just gas that'll disappear if you sit perfectly still and clench every muscle known to man. Spoiler, it didn't. Right as Russell made me laugh, like really laugh, it just happened. Loud. Echo-y, completely impossible to ignore. The whole restaurant went dead silent for a second. Then someone snorted. I froze. He froze. I muttered something like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and just left. Like actually grabbed my purse and speed walked out like a cartoon character. I never texted him back after that. I couldn't. Every time I thought about it, my skin went up in flames. Fast forward a week later, I get a random call while I'm making coffee. Some guy goes, "Hi, is this Tanya? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning." I was like? He tells me one of their listeners emailed the show asking them to call me. My stomach dropped. I said, "Please don't tell me this is about Russell." It was about Russell. Apparently, this radio show has a segment called Second Date, where they call people who ghosted someone after a first date. Russell had told them everything. Including the fart. I literally said no, I can't, and hung up. They called me back. The host swore it wasn't bad, that Russell actually said super sweet things about me. Things like, she saw me for who I was. She made me feel comfortable. I was mortified but also, weirdly touched. Then they told me Russell was on the line. I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me whole. He goes, "Hey, Tanya. I'm really sorry they did this, but I just wanted to say, it wasn't a big deal. I had a great time." I think I squeaked something like, "People were laughing," and he just said, "Yeah, it was loud. But who cares? Everyone farts. It's human." And then, the man said the words I will never forget. "If it helps, I'll fart right now." The entire studio lost it. I was crying laughing. The host's like, "That would be impressive, Russell." And he actually did it. On air. You could hear it. It was surprisingly confident sounding. Everyone's dying laughing, the host joking about farting for love, and somehow, between laughter and disbelief, I said yes to a second date. So yeah. I went from farting during my first date, to having a guy fart for me live on radio. And honestly? It's the most ridiculous, human, oddly romantic thing that's ever happened to me.